Here at Southside Mission Thrift Store. Will there be any video games inside? I doubt it, but let's check it out. Yeah, it was a total waste of time. Nothing in there. Couple of Xbox games, and I saw like one PC game. No consoles, accessories, anything. Total bust. I'm going to the game store now. I dropped some stuff off there. They said it'd take them about an hour to go through it, and it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna head back there and see what's going on. Hopefully, I got some good store credit going. There were a couple things that I was interested in the store, so we'll see how I'm doing for credit. Okay, here's the deal. I went back to the game store. I had $73 in credit with stuff that I had brought from the recycling center that I didn't want. There was like a Nintendo DSi and just a bunch of other odds and ends. So basically got these for free, and yeah, this is Demon Attack and Beauty and the Beast for the Intellivision. I don't have an Intellivision console, but I do plan on getting one eventually. These are good prices for these games, so I went ahead and grabbed them. I was more excited about, like in the glass case of retro games they had there. There had what appeared to be a sealed River Raid and a sealed River Raid 2. But upon closer inspection, they had been opened. They had just been slit at the top. So I actually passed on those. I'd rather get those sealed, and picked up these Intellivision games. The only bummer is these stickers that they put right on the cardboard. Like, I can't believe a game store would do this. So I have my wife's hairdryer here, and I'm going to try to heat up these labels and peel and remove them. Probably not going to work, but let's see how, it might help. Might help minimize the amount of residue that's on there, so we'll see. Oh, I already see some residue. Come on. Okay. A little bit of garbage here. I think this might come off. This is like residue that I might be able to get off with like a Q-tip. Jeez. Not bad though. I mean, these boxes are kind of beat anyway. Oh, by the way, the Demon Attack was $12, and the Beauty and the Beast they had priced at $9. So I thought it was pretty reasonable. These boxes are a little dinged up. I guess you can't see on the camera, I'm pointing the blow dryer right at this. I don't want to get it too close. It's pretty hot. I don't want to damage the boxes with the heat. But this is how you want to do this, with a little bit of heat in the blow dryer and just feel it really slowly. Alright. That went about as well as can be expected, I think. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you. Okay, there's a new sheriff in town. His name is Odyssey 2. Just picked this up off of eBay. $142 for everything. Console had some minor issues. I was able to get it working. The channel select switch on the bottom of the unit is pretty messed up. I still need to get at it with some contact cleaner, I think. But that was the main problem with the video. The keyboard works great. The controllers both have issues. I'm working on that right now. Both of them tended to stick to the left and not self-center. So looked it up, and looks like that's usually a problem with this little retaining ring, this metal retaining ring that goes down at the bottom of the shaft there. I guess they lose their strength over time. I was messing around with this one, and the retaining ring actually broke. As soon as I touched it with the pliers, the metal just like crumbled. Basically, like broke into 3 pieces. So, need to get some new retaining rings. Hopefully, that will fix the controller issue. Came with, I believe, it was 10 games. Here's what I have on here. I got Cosmic Conflict in here. This is an interesting one, and I might actually be doing a review of that game. There's a lot of things they got right and a lot of things they got wrong with that one. Cosmic Conflict. Casey's Crazy Chase. This one was not complete. It's missing the manual. All these other ones are complete. Pocket Billiards, Armored Encounter, Sub Chase, Bowling, Basketball, Alien Invaders Plus. I got 2 copies of Speedway Spin Out Crypto Logic. And that's all I have out here right now. There's some more games inside. On this shelf in our living room, so I'm actually going to set up the Odyssey down here, I think. I have like a silver 19-inch TV that I think is going to pair really well with it. It's going to be color coordinated. Should look really cool. I guess the ultimate would be to get a Magnavox TV to go with it, right? But I think that's going to look cool. There's the 2 boxes for Speedway Spin Out Crypto Logic, baseball, and football. So yeah, not a whole lot of home run titles, but yeah, I'm very fascinated by the Odyssey 2 right now. I'm glad I finally got it. Guys, if you're buying anything off eBay right now, don't try to avoid anything that the seller's using parcel post for. I ordered 2 things parcel post recently, and they've taken about 3 weeks to get here. So try to avoid that, or at least ask the seller if you can upgrade to Priority or FedEx or even UPS Ground. But yeah, I'm like really fascinated by this whole era of video gaming. We went on a trip recently to Hawaii, and on the plane I had downloaded a bunch of these old video gaming illustrated and electronic games magazines, and I'm really into this era of like 80, 81, before the 5200 and the ColecoVision and the Arcadia 2001 came out. Like the second generation of video game consoles at that time was just the Atari 2600, the Odyssey, and the Intellivision. Those were the big 3, and then you had the Fairchild Channel F, which actually came first. But that seemed to be like way down on the totem pole. Everything I was reading in these old magazines from 80, 81, it was all about they called it the VCS back then, call it the 2600 today, the Odyssey 2, and the Intellivision. And it was just like, man, what an era. To go into I was reading, there's like a newsletter too from this company called, I think they were just called Games or Games Limited or something, in LA area. They had like 4 or 5 stores, and they put out a newsletter every month, and you can download them on archive.org. And I don't know, it's just a cool read. Like, I can't imagine what it would have been like to go into those stores at that time. It was cool too, because the guy in the article was talking about how people bought the Atari for the arcade games, shooters, and excelled in that area. The Odyssey 2 excelled in the strategy area with the keyboard and everything, and Intellivision had the best sports games. And the writer was saying a lot of people bought all 3, which totally makes sense. I would have done that if I was in my 20s. In the 80s in LA, that would have been so cool. You had to have an Odyssey 2 and an Intellivision Atari like hooked up to your TV. Anyway, nostalgia overload, but it's not nostalgia for me with the Odyssey really, because I never had an Odyssey. There was one kid on my block that had an Odyssey 2, and I played it, maybe for a few minutes. I've had Odyssey 2s in my possession before, thrifting and flipping them. Never really took the system seriously. I always thought the Atari was the superior system. Same with the Intellivision. Like, I had an Intellivision for a while, never played it, ended up getting rid of it. And lately, I've just been, obsessed with the big 3 of the early second-gen consoles. And I want to get an Intellivision now, and I want to get get this Odyssey 2 cracking and start building up the library. It's only, I think, 40 or so titles to complete the North American library, which should be easy, with the exception of a couple titles, including, I think Power Lords is the big one. That's like a $300 to $500 game complete, so... that's about it. That's what's going on in Atari Hunterland. For now, I might be posting another video soon about the Odyssey 2 joystick repair. So yeah, hopefully be more Odyssey 2 related content coming. I just think it's such a cool console. Going through these games the other night, we went to a dinner party Saturday night. I was like, that's the day I got the Odyssey, and I was just like thinking about the Odyssey the whole time. And got back here that night and was like going through all these games, and I felt like a little kid again, like playing Atari for the first time, just exploring these new worlds. And the controllers are great. I mean, I've even though they both stick to the left, but you can tell just the precision of the control and the joystick is definitely superior to the Atari. I have to say, I hate to say it. I love my CX40 joysticks and all that, but even the CX10s, but I have to say, the Odyssey controller is superior out of those three systems. The 2600 Intellivision Odyssey 2, they have the controller game beat by a mile. So, great precision, almost military style joysticks, the metal shaft. Yeah, great feeling control. All right, I'm rambling on about the Odyssey. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.